Normally, when we analyze financial markets, we look at quarterly earnings reports or like supply chain bottlenecks or maybe interest rate hikes.
Right, the usual tangible stuff, predictable metrics.
Exactly. Tangible, predictable metrics. But, imagine if the underlying asset you're trying to value isn't a corporation or a commodity at all.
Right.
Imagine if the asset you're trading is literally a human being.
hmm
Specifically, a rookie driver strapped into a carbon fiber rocket pulling like 5 Gs around a corner at 200 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah, and trying not to crack under the immense, crushing weight of a world championship.
Yeah, exactly. Suddenly, the cold calculus of finance gets incredibly messy. The math becomes entirely about human pressure.
It really does. It is the ultimate collision of high-speed sports and high-stakes finance.
Yeah.
We are watching prediction markets turn subjective human psychology and really physical endurance into objective, tradable financial data, and that collision is creating a brutally volatile environment.
Okay, let's unpack this because we've got a stack of financial and sports analysis looking at the 2026 Formula One Championship odds. And the data coming out of these leveraged prediction markets is it's pure madness.
It really is wild.
Here is the scenario for you listening. It is June 2026. We are only 8 races into a massive 24-race season. Yet, a rookie named Kimi Antonelli currently sits at a 61% probability on the platform Polymarket to win the championship.
Which is just staggering when you think about it.
Right. Think about that. A 61% chance with 16 races still left on the calendar.
Which means 67% of the total championship points are still sitting right there on the table. The season is only 1/3 complete.
Yeah.
From a purely statistical standpoint, pricing a rookie at 61% with 2/3 of the season entirely unwritten is, well, it's aggressively confident.
Aggressively confident is a good way to put it. Yet Antonelli is backing it up. He is currently sitting at 156 points. He's holding a very comfortable 41-point lead ahead of second place right now.
He really is.
So to understand why traders are absolutely obsessed with this market right now, we have to look at the sheer scale of Antonelli's rise and how the underlying mechanics of these platforms are making this wildly lucrative.
What's fascinating here is the sheer scale of the repricing. If we rewind to the preseason, Antonelli started as a massive long shot.
Oh, totally.
The markets had him at roughly a 10% probability to win the title. And that is, that's just the standard premium you assign to a highly touted rookie landing a seat in a competitive car.
Right, because you expect him to learn the ropes.
Exactly. Maybe contend in his second or third year, but not right away.
But then the lights went out in Bahrain, and he didn't just contend. He went on to win 5 consecutive races.
Japan, China, Miami, and Canada. Just an unbroken streak.
An unbroken streak of dominance that completely redefined what a rookie could accomplish. After Suzuka, he became the youngest championship leader in F1 history.
Unbelievable.
So the market had to violently correct. It moved him from that 10% preseason probability all the way up to 61%.
It's like a tech startup going from a garage operation to a massive unicorn valuation in just a few months.
That's a perfect analogy. It's exactly like that. Let's pause and actually explain the basic mechanism of how that prices out for you, the listener, if you were trading this.
Yeah, that's important.
On these platforms, the price of a contract mirrors the percentage chance of the event happening. So a 10% chance costs 10 cents.
Right. And when that probability rises to 61%, the contract is suddenly worth 61 cents.
Wow.
So if you bought in early, you gained 51 cents on a 10-cent base. That is a 510% return. Unleveraged, that is a career-making trade.
Yeah, you're turning a dime into over 60 cents based purely on your sports intuition.
Exactly.
But our sources highlight a major difference in how you can actually trade this today, and it really comes down to the platform you're using.
Right, because Polymarket requires $1 for $1 of exposure. It's a straight 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, but a platform like Predmart offers those exact same prediction markets with up to 5x leverage, which is insane to me.
It is, and it fundamentally changes the risk profile of the entire sport. With 5x leverage, traders can express their views with 5 times the capital efficiency.
So that early conviction gets amplified.
Hugely. Your 510% unleveraged return amplifies into an approximate 2,550% return on your initial margin.
Oh, wait, really?
Over 2,000%.
Yeah. A few $100s backing a rookie preseason suddenly turns into a massive windfall. This ability to size into early conviction without, deploying full capital up front is drawing massive liquidity into the space. I look at that leverage like like taking the downforce off the car to go faster on the straightaway.
Oh, I like that.
Like your top speed is incredible, but the slightest twitch of the steering wheel and you were just right in the wall. You were multiplying your gain, sure, but a sudden 10-point drop in Antonelli's price means a fully leveraged long position feels that hit 5 times as hard.
Oh, absolutely. You could get margin called because, I don't know, a mechanic dropped a wheel gun during a pit stop.
Right. Which is so wild. It connects the financial trader directly to the physical reality of the sport.
Yeah.
We are talking about a 19-year-old kid here.
And the physical toll of the new 2026 regulations is severe.
Yeah, the G-forces on the neck alone.
The G-forces, the dehydration, the sheer mental processing speed required to manage tire degradation while defending against veterans. Traders are effectively using leverage to bet on whether a teenager's nervous system can withstand that load for 9 months.
Which brings us perfectly to the teammate dynamic. Because the true measure of Antonelli's dominance isn't just his own skyrocketing price.
No, it's not.
It is what his rise has done to the veteran driving the exact same Mercedes car. Let's talk about George Russell. He entered the 2026 season as the 33% preseason favorite.
He was the guy.
He was the established lead driver, he had the pedigree, and now he has completely collapsed down to a 14% probability.
Yeah, he's sitting third in the championship with 88 points.
Consistent podiums, but 0 wins. The rookie has completely eclipsed him. But, okay, if I am looking at my portfolio right now, I see an inefficiency. I want to push back on the prevailing market sentiment here.
Okay, let's hear the thesis.
If Antonelli is a rookie, and the pressure of a 24-race championship fight is notorious for breaking seasoned veterans, shouldn't we expect him to crack eventually?
That's a fair question.
Like the 61% versus 14% gap between teammates in the identical fastest car on the grid just feels too wide to me. Isn't Russell at 14% a massive bargain?
See, that is a highly sophisticated read on the market, and it is the exact center of the civil war happening on the Predmart order books right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just articulated the fade play perfectly. There are 2 distinct camps. The momentum play consists of traders riding Antonelli's dominance with leveraged long positions.
Right, the believers.
Exactly. They believe he is a generational anomaly, like a young Schumacher or a Senna, and they expect his price to grind up to 75% or even 80% by the summer break.
They think the kid simply won't blink.
But the fade play assumes mean reversion. Like you said, a 47-point spread in implied probability between teammates is historically abnormal.
That's huge.
Traders taking the fade play are betting that Russell's experience will eventually convert those consistent podiums into wins, or conversely, that Antonelli's reliability will waver under the psychological devastation of a bad weekend.
Right.
If you buy Russell at 14 cents, you are buying the dip on a proven race winner in championship caliber machinery.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. Because if Antonelli's momentum does break, it might not even be his teammate who capitalizes on it.
No, it might be someone else entirely.
It might be a legendary rival who just proved to the entire grid that he can still draw blood. We have to talk about the closest challenger in the standings right now.
Oh, man. Lewis Hamilton.
Yes, 41-year-old Lewis Hamilton, driving for Ferrari. He is sitting second with 115 points. He is exactly 41 behind Antonelli.
The narrative contrast there is staggering. I mean, the youngest championship leader in history being actively hunted by the sport's ultimate veteran.
And our sources point to a critical inflection point that just happened on June 14th at Barcelona. Hamilton won the Grand Prix.
He became the oldest winner since Jack Brabham in 1970.
Yeah. But he won specifically because Antonelli had to retire his car from the lead.
Which is huge. Barcelona perfectly illustrates the violent volatility of these markets. Before Spain, Hamilton's odds were languishing at roughly 2.5%.
Basically nothing.
Basically nothing. But after that single race, one mechanical failure for the rookie, one ruthless victory for the veteran Hamilton's odds skyrocketed to 15%.
Going from 2.5 cents to 15 cents in a single afternoon. That's crazy.
It demonstrates that championships require finishing races. A 15% price implies roughly 6-to-1 odds.
Okay.
For a leveraged trader, you are taking a sized position on the thesis that Mercedes will suffer further reliability issues or that rookie mistakes will creep in, and the 7-time world champion will be right there in the Ferrari to collect the maximum points.
Because Hamilton doesn't even need the fastest car, really. He just needs the Mercedes to be fragile.
Exactly. It is a predator and prey dynamic, priced out in real-time decimals.
Wow. But, okay, while we're looking at the top of the board, we have to mention the fall of the reigning dynasty because it's a seismic event. Max Verstappen.
Oh, boy.
The defending world champion is sitting at a dismal 2% probability to win the title.
A collapse of that magnitude for Red Bull demands we look at the engineering. It really does.
Yeah, the sources are brutally clear on this. Red Bull simply built the wrong car for the new 2026 regulations.
They completely missed the mark.
The new rules mandated lighter cars and active aerodynamics, and Red Bull just missed the development window. Verstappen has 0 wins.
0.
He has managed exactly 1 podium, which is in Canada. And the damning statistic is 4 retirements in 8 races. Because of this, his contract exit clause has reportedly been triggered, since he mathematically cannot reach the top 2 in the standings by July 1st.
Verstappen at 2% presents a really fascinating binary for capital allocators. Well, he is either the ultimate deep value play, banking on Red Bull unlocking some magic aerodynamic upgrade that suddenly fixes all their correlation issues, or he is dead money.
Just reflecting a team completely lost in the data.
Right. A 2% implied probability means the market effectively believes the title defense is over before summer.
Which brings us to the actual mechanics of how you trade this going forward. You don't just trade the drivers, you trade the calendar.
Yes.
The upcoming races aren't just dates in a schedule. They are an escalation of pressure. They are financial inflection points that will completely reprice the entire board. Let's walk through this upcoming summer gauntlet.
We have to, because track characteristics dictate the capital flow. Every circuit tests a different aspect of the machinery and applies a different psychological weight to the drivers.
Absolutely. So first up, we have June 27th and 28th, the Austrian Grand Prix. This is Red Bull's home race. The leverage play here focuses intensely on Verstappen's 2% price. Traders are watching for any brief spike if Red Bull manages to show pace in the high-altitude air of Spielberg in front of their home crowd. It's essentially a location-based momentum trade.
And then, moving from the Austrian hills, the calendar plunges directly into the crucible of the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. From July 3rd to the 5th, this is the ultimate test of the Hamilton thesis.
Because it is his home race.
Exactly.
A victory for Hamilton at Silverstone wouldn't just close the points gap, it would generate overwhelming narrative momentum. Like, the roar of that British crowd translates directly into market sentiment.
It really does. If you believe in the Ferrari comeback, Silverstone is the window to position yourself.
Okay.
Leverage positions established before cars even hit the track for practice would capture the entirety of that price movement if he secures pole position.
So you got to get in early. Then the pressure shifts from the driver to the engine. July 17th through the 19th is the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa. Long, punishing straights.
Very punishing.
If Antonelli and Mercedes completely dominate Spa, our sources suggest his price could push toward the 70% mark.
Because a dominant performance at Spa proves their aerodynamic efficiency isn't just suited for slow corners.
Right.
It proves the car is a structural powerhouse across all circuit types, which, forces the prediction markets to price out the likelihood of any other team catching them at all.
And then, July 24th to the 26th, we reach the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's a slow, twisty track that acts as the final baseline race before everything just stops.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Hungary triggers the most intense mechanical period of the season.
The Drake.
Yeah, it leads directly into the Formula One summer break, running from July 27th through August 22nd. 3 full weeks with absolutely no racing.
Which is wild for traders.
Yeah.
Holding a leveraged position over that break is like, it's like holding a highly volatile stock through a 3-week-long earnings call.
Exactly.
The cars aren't moving, but the wind tunnels are running 24/7.
This is when Ferrari, McLaren, and Red Bull run their season-defining upgrades. They analyze half a season of telemetry to find a performance step.
So what's the play there?
For a leverage trader, the strategy involves establishing your positions before the checkered flag even waves in Hungary. You then hold that margin through weeks of relentless speculation, factory rumors, and leaks about upgrade packages.
Because whatever the points gap is heading into that break, it defines the entire financial narrative for a month.
Totally.
And when racing resumes at Zandvoort on August 23rd, the volatility hits its absolute peak. We instantly see if the millions of dollars spent on carbon fiber upgrades actually work, or if Mercedes has already mathematically secured the title.
Oh, the initial practice session at Zandvoort will cause massive liquidations and limit-up moves across Predmart as the market digests the new pecking order in real time. It's going to be chaos.
Absolute chaos.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean for you? Why does a 5x leverage multiplier matter to someone who is just watching a car race? It means platforms like Predmart are completely rewiring how we interact with sports. It is no longer just about who is fastest on Sunday.
No, it's way beyond that now.
Right. It is about how financial markets are attempting to precisely quantify human pressure, mechanical fatigue, and the emergence of generational talent. It allows you to put capital behind your sports intuition. It changes the entire lens through which we consume a 24-race season.
This raises an important question, though, one that looks a little further down the road.
Okay.
We are watching highly motivated capital become incredibly accurate at forecasting driver failures based on historical pressure and telemetry data.
Yeah.
If these prediction markets can accurately identify the statistical breaking point in a driver's psychology,
Wait.
will Formula One teams themselves start monitoring these financial platforms?
Oh, wow. The idea of a pit wall looking past their own tire degradation sensors and instead watching a shifting probability decimal on Predmart to make real-time decisions is just wild.
It's the logical next step.
Imagine a race engineer knowing exactly when to issue team orders or when to push a rival into a mistake, based entirely on the collective financial wisdom of a leveraged market.
Trading the human element at 200 miles an hour.
That is a completely plausible, data-driven future for the sport. We are going to leave you to ponder that scenario. Thank you for joining us to explore the incredible high-stakes landscape of the 2026 F1 leveraged trading markets. Keep your eyes on the data, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.